Dear students, welcome to our science episodes. Today we are going to discuss erosion of ozone layer and global warming. Well, in the previous episode, we discussed the ozone layer and we agreed that it is composed of 3 oxygen atoms. It's present in the stratosphere. And now we are going to discuss and talk about global warming. Researchers of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change that follows the United Nations showed that there is increase in the average temperature of Earth continuously, a phenomenon called global warming. Global warming is the continuous increase in the average temperature of the Earth near surface air. And this is due to the greenhouse effect. Did you ever hear about the greenhouse effect? Let's do this activity together. You can get a bottle of water and you can get another bottle with vinegar and add to the vinegar some sodium bicarbonate. Insert a thermometer in each bottle. After a while, the vinegar will react with sodium bicarbonate in bottle 2 to produce a gas. This gas is carbon dioxide, and this gas will be trapped inside the bottle. If you will put both bottles in a sunny place, my question for you is, which bottle shows higher increase in temperature after 10 minutes? Of course, bottle 2, due to increase of carbon dioxide gas concentration. Similarly, the temperature of planet Earth has been increasing since 1935 due to the greenhouse gases trapped in the atmospheric layers, produced by fossil fuel burning, cutting trees, and forest fires. So this means that all these will result in producing carbon dioxide gas. If the carbon dioxide gas trapped inside the atmospheric layers will increase, this will cause the increase of the temperature of our planet Earth. What are the greenhouse gases? As we said, carbon dioxide gas is an example. Chlorofluorocarbon compounds are another example. Methane gas and nitrous oxide are also greenhouse gases. All these greenhouse gases, if trapped or increase their concentration inside the atmosphere, this will increase the temperature of Earth. Water vapor, yes. Surprise? Yes. Water vapor is also a greenhouse gas. The part of the water cycle? Yes. Water vapor, if it increases, this will cause an increase of the temperature of planet Earth too. In 2005, carbon dioxide gas concentration increased in the atmosphere to 0.038% after being 0.031%. I know what you want to ask. Now, it's a little percent, it's a minimal percent, it's a minimal change. Is this minimal change causing this effect or great effect? Yes. Yes, this minimal change could cause a great effect on the increase of the temperature of Earth. Let me tell you something. The greenhouse name comes from the greenhouse building where we cultivate some plants. It's called a greenhouse. The phenomena of the greenhouse of the global warming of planet Earth, it comes from the term greenhouse for this building which we use to cultivate plants in it. Let's see together. This is the greenhouse, and this is the greenhouse phenomena of the atmospheric layer. It's the same idea. Why? Because this glass is used to trap the sun heat inside this building in order to provide sunlight for the plants to grow. Similarly, here the atmospheric layers will trap the heat of the sun, will increase the temperature of planet Earth. Greenhouse gases in the atmosphere play the role of glass in the greenhouse. It permits the visible light and short-wave radiation from the sun to pass and be absorbed by Earth. And then Earth will re-emit the radiation back in the form of infrared radiation. So this means that the Earth will absorb some of the radiations from the sun and will emit others in the form of infrared radiation. And infrared radiation have long wavelength. They cannot penetrate the atmosphere. They cannot leave the atmosphere to space. At the same time, they have thermal effect. Infrared radiations have thermal effect. They become trapped in the troposphere, causing the rise in the temperature of our planet. Now let's see this video together.
One thing that makes life on Earth possible is a thin layer of gases called the atmosphere. It holds in the air we breathe and protects us from the cold of outer space. When energy in the form of light reaches us from the sun, it streams through the atmosphere, making plants grow and lighting up our days. In addition to light, the sun also delivers heat, which warms the planet. But much of that energy is reflected back towards space. Fortunately, though, the Earth's atmosphere works like a blanket, preventing a lot of heat from escaping. In fact, if the Earth didn't have its atmospheric blanket, its average temperature would be about -18 Celsius or 0 Fahrenheit. Brrr! Thanks to the atmosphere, the Earth's average temperature is a much more livable 15 Celsius, about 59 degrees Fahrenheit. One of the gases in Earth's blanket is called carbon dioxide, or CO2. Carbon dioxide is everywhere on Earth, actually, and it's an important part of Earth's delicate balance of life. It's what animals, including us, exhale after they breathe in oxygen. Plants then use carbon dioxide, along with sunlight, to grow and make more oxygen for us to breathe. A lot of carbon dioxide is also absorbed by the oceans. The carbon dioxide that's left over floats up into the atmosphere and helps form our planet-warming blanket. But there's a problem. Scientists have observed that the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere has been steadily rising over the last 100 years, soaring high above anything the Earth has seen for hundreds of thousands of years. All the plants in the world, as well as the oceans, can absorb all the extra carbon dioxide in the air. So consider this. Have you ever put on too many blankets at night? If you've woken up hot and clammy, then you know how the Earth feels when it has more carbon dioxide than it can handle. Scientists now know that excess carbon dioxide and some other gases in smaller amounts are preventing heat from escaping, and this is warming up the planet. They call it the greenhouse effect. Remember that graph of average temperature rise since 1880? Check out this graph of carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere since 1880. Now let's look at them both. See how they're rising together? That's because as carbon dioxide goes up, the temperature does too. They're directly connected. In the next video, we'll take a closer look at where all this extra carbon dioxide is coming from.
So what do you think about negative effects of global warming phenomenon? The increase of temperature of Earth will cause the melting of ice and snow at the north and the south poles of Earth. And this will increase in the water level of seas and oceans, resulting in disappearance of coastal areas, extinction of polar animals such as polar bears and seals, severe climate change. repeated tropical hurricanes, like the one that happened at 2005. It was called Hurricane Katrina. Floods, droughts, where there is lack of water. Drought means lack of water sources. Now it's time for questions. Fill in the blanks. Which rays have chemical effect and which have thermal effect? Ultraviolet rays have chemical effect, while infrared rays have thermal effect. Here are examples. I want you to try to remember examples for greenhouse gases. We stated carbon dioxide, chlorofluorocarbons, methane gas, nitrous oxide, and water vapor or H2O. Extinction is the primary threat for polar animals like polar bears and seals, maybe penguins as well. So what are the negative effects of global warming? Melting of ice at the north and the south poles of Earth, severe climate changes. Here are some statements and you will state if they are true or false. Oxygen is considered to be a greenhouse gas. Is this true? Of course not. Oxygen is not considered to be a greenhouse gas. Maybe water vapor, maybe carbon dioxide, but not oxygen. Number 2, infrared radiations have thermal effect. Yes, exactly, true, because infrared radiation will be trapped inside the atmospheric layer, and due to its thermal effect, this will increase the temperature of our planet Earth. Dear students, thank you for watching. See you later in other science episodes.